Well, guys, it's going to be a different kind of episode of Pugliese Speed Shop. I think you're going to like it. We're going on location. You probably know where, or maybe you don't. Only one way to find out. Stick around and check out this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop. All right, guys. See, we're kind of running around the shop. Hardly got any lights on because we're not working here today. Kevin would have a comment right now, but we're gonna keep it positive. All right. Kind of run around making sure I got everything I need because we're going putting together a little go bag. That's what we got going on right here. And as much fun as we've had in the junkyard, and I'd love to go back, I think one thing's for sure is we don't need any more parts right now. So that's not where we're going. If you guys have watched for a little while, you saw me and Jay. We shot up to Baltimore a few months back and picked up his old man's 1950 Mercury. Beautiful car, super solid. I think it's the color that every 50 Mercury should be. And it's got a 302 in it. A C4, I believe. You guys have seen clips where we did, he had a new cross member made for the transmission. We dropped the trans. We did some wiring, a bunch of little stuff here and there. Jay's been just kind of whittling away at it. And today we plan on getting a lot of little stuff buttoned up. He's actually got it running great and moving under its own power. Now, you do got to stick your hand through the floor into the transmission for that, but that's besides the point, guys. So, you may have seen us messing with what we refer to lovingly as the monstrosity. That's his, the trans cover, tunnel, whatever you want to call it. They got Mercury or Ford actually altogether. It lifts up, which is awesome when you want to work on it. It is not awesome when the hack before you cut the firewall and all sorts of stuff to make this thing and the 302 fit, and it's not really placed right. There's a lot of things going on, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some hacking, which, bro, forget about it. Like my total wheelhouse. But we're going to do it a different way. We got some appliance parts, and I think she's going to work. I got to go. We're going to shoot over. They'll talk to you on the way, maybe. Maybe you're tired of hearing me talk already. I don't know, but stick around, guys, because this car is awesome. And we're going to have a special guest star, too. All right, so I said maybe I'd talk to you guys. I actually got something to report. Some of you guys might already know this. I'm an idiot. So, we got 5 over here, so I'll slow her down a little bit. And, no, he's parking to get the next guy. Remind me to remind the guys because they're probably coming through here. As I was saying, I totally forgot any kind of fastening hardware. So I put the drill, I forgot the rivet gun too. Drill bit, all the stuff in the bag, and I'm headed out, right? I'm stopped at the old Wawa to get a little cup of Joe because, the Wawa coffee, guys, if you don't know, they say what America runs on Dunkin'. That's because, at least half the country doesn't know about Wawa. That's the only reason. But anyways, as I'm there, Jay texts, said he's, hey, where else? I said, hey, I'm heading your way. He texts back, says, I'm at Lowe's. We're getting bolts. And I said, son of a bitch. So luckily, he sent me that back. I shot back to the house, got the stuff. I think I got everything I need. I didn't bring my little 1/4 inch impact to driving some self-tappers, but I'm 90% sure Jay's got one, so we should be all right. I loaded up pretty much an entire stove in the bed of the truck, and it's kind of funny. People don't, well, some people do, because, well, I never thought about it before. We used to go buy sheet metal. This is before they made all these, you know, floorboard molds and all that. And we would, me and my dad, we'd pop riveted in floors. That's what we did. We didn't have a welder. We were on a gravel driveway, and we made it work, right? That's what you do. So then I was watching, it was a while back too. I think I was watching Junkyard Digs, and he was building at Le Mans, and it was so rotten. It was like in a riverbed or something. So he had a stove. He got he took it apart, put the sides of the stove in there, beat them into submission, which I approve, and pop riveted in. I think he might have self-tappered. Either way, it worked flawlessly. Turns out he got the idea because Derek from Vice Grip Garage told him to do that. So they're kind of boys, you know, they do similar type stuff. And well, there you go. I had an idea. So then, there's always more to the story. We're out riding one day. Elder, you guys all know Elder, goes to go around a car on the right, which is perfectly legal in Maryland, so relax. And there was a frickin' stove in the shoulder. So luckily he saw that and got back to where he was, and we were good. So I get home, I tell the kid, yo, get in the truck, we gotta go pick up this stove. And he's like, stove? I was like, it's on the side of the road, I need the metal. And he's heard these kind of things before, so he just got in the truck and we went. And I still got part of it, and matter of fact, you guys see up in the loft a lot of the time, I got a dryer and a washing machine sides and all that stuff too from doing the work, hooked it up, right? So actually my boss, because he knows I do questionable things. So here we are. We're all set. We got our coffee. We got mostly everything we're gonna need, and we're more than halfway to Jay's. So bring it back when we get there.
They haven't announced when the first coffee's gonna be it.
So here we are. Jay's he's contorted down in there pretty well. So he's got some room. Wearing the appropriate shirt. I said when we got to Jay's house, I'd show you guys what's going on. Obviously, here's the car again. You guys have seen it before. I didn't do that. Scotty was over here just getting after it, and you know, he made me feel bad, so I did some work.
Anything that's just tore up, that was Scotty's fault.
Jay did some work. Scotty's been running around all day telling us he's the only one that's got anything accomplished, so I figured I'd get the camera out while he's not here. So this way, you know, we don't look as lazy as he thinks we are. But this is where Jay's at. They let me show you over here. Scotty did an awful lot of work in this region here. Got the power steering pump in.
Power steering line.
The lines are in. The pumper's already in, huh?
Belts on.
The belts are on. Everything's looking good. Fan back on. He had all this tore apart when I got here. The bottom radiator hose is super close to that belt. So they got another hose sitting over there.
Yeah.
We'll
Gotta get a clean thing to...
yeah, we'll get it all done up here pretty soon. But that's where we are with that. Let me put this back where you had it, because
Oh, you know what? Hey, is the Sharpie still out there?
the who?
The Sharpie?
Where'd you put it? I got
This whole...
Sharpie.
This half hole down the bottom? No, I need it on the other side.
Oh, I gotta put this down. I gotta do work. All right, my work's done. I had to put a mark on it. I think I nailed it. We'll see. So, see, he's got that tilt column in there now. He's got gas pedals bolted in now too, huh?
Well, that was in there, yeah.
Was it? He's got a lot of stuff bolted in there.
Shifter.
Oh yeah, the shift linkage going down. You can actually shift gears without putting your hand in the transmission.
Yeah, We used to just reach down there.
Lots of
Which is
good things
fun, but-
happening.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it makes it adventurous, right?
I feel like it would have got a little warm in here.
A little bit. So he's working here. Let me show you what I was working on. I'll take you over to the to my workstation. They banished me. Everybody's working. Tripped over nothing. We got it. So, as Jay said, we finally found a use for this truck other than some storage. We got this little panel made here out of the back of that stove. Looks like that's supposed to be there. Try to make it work, elongate some holes. Got some seam seal underneath it. By the way, order that online. You do not want to pay what Nap is charging. So we're going to put this guy in the car and make sure, well, we know this fits, and then we got to figure out the rest of this area here. All right, so they went to go get some more bolts, maybe, not really sure, but I'm trying to get this guy in. So I'm digging my patch. It looks way better from this side because the rivets may have been a little long, but the right rivets are always the rivets you have, so we're good. So I've been notching this back. It was resting on top of here, so we notched it back. Then it was hitting these lugs. I notched back past those lugs. And I think, oh, I see the problem here. Okay, that's not a problem. All right, this rivet's hitting here, so it's not going to set. We'll take care of that. Then, let me show you. You guys see, when I said hackery, guys, I was not playing. So you see that, right? It starts back here. I showed this before. Screw. Now there's nothing there. Right? Somebody got a little crazy with the death wheel to cut around that header. Jay's got it wrapped to try and stop some of the heat, but that thing before, that monstrosity thing, covered like this and just kind of sat up. It was awful, but it did fit and, you know, cover most of this hole. Guys, you see how high this is? This is supposed to be down here across, and it screws in. They put the motor too far back. C4 takes up a lot more room than the 3-speed that was in this thing, so that's what this is all about. There's guys online that make these covers specifically for C4, C6, whatever, AOD, and it sits up. Like this area here kind of comes up to give you that room. It's actually for a shoebox Ford, the one I found, but you can make a Mercury work, but not this one. So I'm trying to figure it out. I think we're going to end up coming, it's kind of self-tappering something up there to bring down to here, and then self-tapper into here. But I got to get this all to clear first. So you see what I'm working with? It is not your normal dilemma. This is a new and improved kind of dilemma. And oh, that's not bolted in. So that's why this was all tore up. You guys saw that before. We got that figured out. Now we got to figure out the top. I don't know what they're working on, but we got an awful lot of wires. Oh, they're putting a brake booster in. I think they need hardware. You see, we're missing the pedal that kind of goes there. So when they get back, we'll see what they're working on, how they're making out. Hopefully they're having better luck than we are. I'll just keep looking at my patch. It actually doesn't look too bad. I'm kind of, yeah. All right. All right. Let me show you guys what I did, and then Jay's going to show us everything else that went on because I was oblivious. I was in my own little workspace.
Right.
We got this guy kind of fitting.
Kinda-ish.
Yeah, I got this thing coming out over here. We're going to take that off. Hit the light there.
Oh, yeah.
So you see Yeah, I don't know what I got going on there. I was trying to save as much as this was all rusted here and hitting everything. So then we actually kind of come off here, put a nice little curve, and bring it right to that same spot. Because that's where the mounting spot ends anyway, so it doesn't really, it's just going to flop in the breeze.
Right.
So I think this will,
So we just have a self-tapper there.
that'll be a self-tapper right here. It goes into this. And then there's the holes all the way around.
And we're just going to build from there.
And that's the next step. We got this guy. We use, I love using the stove stuff, man. That's just, makes me happy.
It's just cool. It looks like it's off of a B-52.
It does. It looks pretty good. Little bump on there.
Yeah.
And
It's got seam sealer and the whole
yeah,
thing.
seam seal, rivets. It's she's solid, and that was nice and thin too. So it was thin but not. You know what I mean? So it's easy to work with.
Right.
So that was good. So
So now we just got to work on this top half.
yeah, that'll be the rest of the appliance stuff that's sitting over here. We'll build off of that, but we got to have a base.
Right. And I feel like we have a good base now.
I agree.
We don't want to jam you up here. We just want to put them in there for a couple of minutes.
Just to get a base.
Just to get a base.
I agree. Now, what do you guys? You guys have been
So we're
knee
doing
deep.
other things. So up in here.
Up in here.
Up in here. Yeah. So So that's the panels that we got from Pennsylvania
Right.
when Chaz ran up to his mom's. I got the other two pieces here that fit really nice too, up around that. So that's good. Put pedal assembly back up where it's supposed to be because we chose to go back with power brakes, at least for the moment. If we can get them working right. And so that's all going on out there. And let's go see that. And this works now. So that's cool.
That's a clean piece right there, man. I like that.
So we put the brake booster back on. We had to adjust and cut and do things and drill holes and whatnot, but we got that back where it was, and hopefully we can get that working correctly again. And then down here is kind of Scotty's evolution. We got a new belt over there for the alternator. I got that lined up a little better because it was way back before for whatever reason. Yeah,
That's
actually,
good alignment right there.
I tighten it up. And then down here, you'll see that we got the power steering hooked up, and we'll have to tweak that a little bit and tighten it up a little bit, but other than that, it's good. The only issue we have is down here. It's rubbing on the coolant hose. So right there, you'll see that we picked up a new hose. That's about 5 inches longer than this one. So what we're hoping is it'll come and it'll dip down and come back up right there, and then it should alleviate that problem.
So it'll clear it and be all good to go.
Yeah. And then we can put our cool, amazing diamond plate freaking radiator
Where's
shroud
she at?
back
Oh,
in.
there she is.
There she is.
She's a beaut, Clark.
I think she came off of that RV.
It might have.
Anyway, so yeah, and Scotty hooked up the lines and all to the power steering, so that's all hooked up there.
He did a nice job with
Yeah, he did nice. Got that all
running all
routed
these,
back here.
all this
He
wiring
actually
and stuff.
mounted the coil. Eventually, I'm going to get a longer coil wire. I'd like to put that back here somewhere on the firewall. Would be the goal, but for the moment, it's all a lot further away I could go. So I think we're getting closer.
That's a lot of progress. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
for the, I know Scotty. If Scotty's gonna watch this video, he's gonna.
yeah. Scotty wanted to take it to Baltimore today. I don't think we got quite there.
He's just take it to my house. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
But with all the, I mean, there was a lot of trips for hardware and all that.
Yeah,
Which,
all that kind of stuff. So
I mean, you lose time there, but it's worth doing it the right way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You
You got good.
we kept getting to a point. It's like, all right, well, we were getting ready to make bolts and shit. It's like, all right, let's just go get what we need. So, so we probably made 3 or 4 trips for different things, belts, making belts out of strings and figure out what sizes we need and all that kind of stuff. But that's just part of the process.
Well, the good news is, if we were at my house doing that, we'd lost a lot more time.
Yeah, at least I got stores a mile away.
He's
not.
No, yeah. Jay's a mile away from the center of town, pretty much. So
Yeah.
it definitely helps out.
The speed shop is nowhere near.
No, we're out in a cut.
Yeah. I'm literally a mile
Yeah.
from Advance and Lowe's, so it's not bad.
The only thing I think I got a church within a mile of me and a school.
Yeah,
That's
it's
about it.
Good for a hand.
Well, it's a bar.
And stuff at least.
The bar is only
Now,
Point
bar, you can walk to a bar.
0.6 miles. Ask me how I know.
You did that on Waze, didn't
Right. I didn't track it with my watch one night coming home.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, bro.
So
Well,
yeah.
I think that's it for today. I think, well, unfortunately, we didn't get here to a point where, because I drove it into this spot, but
Right.
yeah, we're done.
It was
So,
sketch the way you
It was
drove
a
it
little
in.
sketch, but I was able to drive it over here. But now it's going to get put on the dollies and get pushed back over where it goes.
Back in this little spot over here.
I don't feel like starting it and running a hole in that radiator.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We wanted to get a whole bunch done today. We've gotten a whole bunch, and a lot of some big things and some details that really set you up for the next.
Yeah.
So Jay's gonna be concentrating on all the other little stuff there, like the radiator hose.
Under the dash stuff sorted while he works on the floor.
Yeah,
Because those are kind of the two big things. Honestly, if we can get the floor sorted, get under the dash straight, get the wiring close enough, and get that column to what doesn't move every time I put it in park.
right.
Get that all. I'm going to get that straight and get that support back in there that's supposed to be in there that they had omitted previously.
We already put a couple in there, which stiffened a lot of stuff up, and I'm thinking that last one will really.
Oh, that's going
Drive
to
it home.
triangulate. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. So we'll get that in there. It's going to be good, man. I feel like we're getting close.
Mm-hmm.
Because spring is coming,
True.
and she needs to be on the road up in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how many fluids or leaks. We'll
Nah.
just top it up. We'll pretend it's a Tomcat. If it ain't leaking, it's empty.
Yeah, that's how you know it's got
That's what you
fluid.
worry. So,
All right. Well, we're gonna, like Jay said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Slide this thing back over. I guess we'll move all my crap out of the way, and here we go. Yo, so back to the shop, and first, let me tell you. Actually, first, let me get a haircut, man. If only I knew a guy. Another beautiful day, and another day. I wasn't on that guy. I didn't even get that guy out from under the. But you know what? For good reason, guys. Because I said it a million times, right? It's get with your buddies, get a project, and get working on it. You know, and I love that Mercury. It's the quintessential like lead sled, custom with a K. It's my favorite like genre of car, and the two that I had that fits that are sitting outside. I should probably do something about that, but guys, we're in the middle of a million things. Even though we're in the middle of a million things, guys, we made time to go over there and help out. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if I call Jay right now and I said, "Hey man, I got a problem with this OBS, you want to help me out?" He'd be out here in a minute. So that's what you do, guys. You take care. You know, you help out your buddies, man. And I mean, if it's a bonus, you get to work on one of the coolest cars around. While you're doing it, I mean, that's what you do, right? I got to put all these tools away. So I got my go bag right there. Weighs about 1 million pounds, just carried inside. Now it's cold. It is freaking cold and windy, and I don't think you guys care. I just hope, I know I did not do the best job recording all the progress we made today. You'll have to go back and watch where we were before and compare it to this video, because guys, I need the views, right? No, it's it happens a lot. Like you've seen a lot of times I go somewhere to work on something. Like in that case, they were already working, and you just jump in, right? And actually, it's funny. We're probably working for like an hour or two, and Jay's not Jay, the other one. What's his name? Scotty. That's right. Scotty's like, dude, what? No camera? Like when he's like, I wanted to make my debut. He already did. You guys have met him. I think you catch a quick glimpse of him in the video, but like I said, guys, we were what did I say? Assholes and elbows, right? We were just getting after it, and we made a lot of good progress. The car's got brakes again, power steering, cleaning up all the wiring. It's got half a floor. You know, man, I'm the one that I didn't finish a project. Yes, I did. The patch is done. I just got to make the rest of that stuff. So we're getting there. It's one of those things, guys, that's it's kind of the part. That car is so solid and so beautiful, and then somebody they hacked the end of it because they just didn't know what was going on. So now the next guy's got to fix it, and the next guy's buddy's got to fix it. But totally worth it. Hopefully you dug the video. Maybe next time I'll try and do some more working type stuff. I know I hear about that, and I apologize, but man, I guess I'd rather get the car done than make a bit of video, but we're not getting the car done. Huh. You know what they say, guys? If you want the coolest in the parking lot, you better be ready to do some work, and that's exactly what we did. Thanks for watching.